Hi, Sparrows. Hello, Sparrows. It is Matters of the Heart Monday. It's Matters of the Heart Monday, and we have a juicy tonight. Of course, I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. Yes, and we have a great Sparrow guest coming in with us tonight, which is a blues artist. Our first in the room, which is Jabo, the Texas Prince, the Soul Prince of Texas. So welcome him into the room tonight. So definitely come on in, get comfortable. I know last week was due to holiday. I just did a watch party. Yeah, did a watch party last week. So it's getting back into the grind of things for Matters of the Heart this week, as well as coming up on Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday. So definitely come on in. We should be connecting with Jabo here shortly, and expect to have a good night. That's all I can say about that. Expect to have a very good night tonight. It's going to be a little bit of a twist. We're going to have some sounds coming in from Jabo as well. So I'm looking forward to that, and just to see what you all think. Something from his previous work, as well as something from his new release as well. So that's all I'm going to say about that right here and right now. So we gave you a little peep in the window earlier when we came on for the mini commercial, and had, some nice feed from there. So we're going to see what takes place in just a few minutes when Jabo comes into the room. Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully sooner than later. So I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for dropping into the room. If you are veteran, be sure to put hashtag veteran. If you are brand new to TVM, be sure to put hashtag newbie. And if you're a follower of Jabo's, be sure to hashtag visitor. And if you're catching the replay, by all means, hashtag replay. So a ton of hashtags, right? I know. So Jabo, I see you're coming into the room. Do not forget to turn your phone to the side, landscape. That's the only way it's going to allow you to connect with me. So do not forget that tidbit, as well as your earbuds. Hi, Shatavia. How are you doing tonight, darling? So good to see you in the room. Hadn't talked to you in a while. We need to chat, my dear. We really need to have a conversation and see how things are going with you. So Sparrows, hopefully you had a great holiday week last week. Maybe some of you were on vacation and enjoy the holiday with your family and all of that good stuff. And you've probably been seeing me a whole lot more as well in the mornings now for TVM Inspirations. So it's a lot going on around here, and it just amazes me how I can keep up with it all. There he is. Hi, Jabo.
Hey, how you
Gigi, how
doing?
are you, dear? I'm fab. How about yourself? Welcome to the room, sir.
Thank you so very much, and it's a privilege to be here.
Uh-huh, it is. Got a little blues tonight. I have to remember blues. You're the first blues artist to be in the room, so I'm really excited about it. Somebody old school, like getting to the grassroots of it
Yes, right.
all.
That's what I'm talking about.
The grassroots, where it all came from. So I'm over the top about that. So I only gave a little glimpse of who you are. So by all means, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself and give just an overview of who you are and how you've become to be a jazz artist, blues artist.
Okay, first of all, I'm always, like I say, got to give my Most Highs, give him the credit for allowing me to be able to raise this morning and also to be here. And I want to thank you for allowing me to be on your show. It's a privilege to be here on your show. Also, it's
You're
very much a
welcome.
privilege to be the first blues artist on your show.
You're it. That's why I'm so ecstatic about it. You know, it's not like you meet jazz artists, no, blues artists every day. I've got to write that down. Let me just write it because when I write
That's
it,
okay.
I usually have
That's what.
blues artists so much. Blues, jazz. Pray for me, Jabo.
Well, we do that. We do that for each other. We all do
Yeah.
that. We all need that.
If you see what this space looks like and what I've had to do in such a short amount of time just to present myself right now. Yeah,
Oh,
it's very
thank you. I thank you for your show.
true of you.
I've been following.
You have? Can you hear
I've been
me?
following your show.
Following
Following your
my
show.
show?
I think you have a wonderful show, beautiful show, very educated show, uh, and I really love some of the things that y'all. Actually, a lot of the stuff y'all elaborate on, y'all talk about, is very educated, and it's good to hear about change and all that. Uh,
Well, thank you.
Once again, I'm Jabo here in Texas, Houston, Texas, by the way of speaking. I am the Texas Prince of Zydeco and Blues. Uh,
Love
and
it.
a lot of people might not know what Zydeco is. Well, Zydeco is a Louisiana culture music. Come out of Louisiana, and it's the music culture of Louisiana music. Well, I picked that up later down the road after it started getting popular in Texas. Well, actually, I
Yes,
was a blues artist, mostly, like I say, we all come from the church. And like I say, we all come from the church.
that's right.
So I was one of them old quartet singers back in the church.
Oh, stomping music. That is
Yeah, yeah,
good. I know all
yeah.
about it. Know all about that.
Yeah. Well, you see, that's why I say church then was church then. Well,
Right.
anyway.
And it
The-
bloomed. It
oh
bloomed to
yes,
something different.
yes, and well, blues. A lot of people's, mostly still think that blues is a slavery mentality of music. A lot of
Right.
people do.
Right.
Cause the time have changed, the generation have changed,
Right.
and through the generation changing, uh, blues have changed from uh, soul music to R&B music on down to Southern soul music. So it started changing as a generation changed. But
True.
blues is always here to stay. Uh, every day we have the blues. Whether we want to acknowledge the blues, but we have the blues. And like Muddy Waters, not Muddy Waters, but Howlin' Wolf would say, if you got one of them bills you can't pay and you don't know how you're gonna pay it, then you got the blues.
Yeah, it was one of the things that I mentioned in one of the posts earlier about how blues identifies with suffering of some sort, and it's not always the worst of all when it comes to suffering, but it's acknowledging where pain comes from and how some people have turned to coping and you put it into the lyrics of a blues song. So looking at it from that standpoint, and what the topic of tonight is talking about consciousness and how it's a necessity to have blues when healing the soul. And that's coming from chapter 33 in my book, How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time. And I talk about purifying and how important it is to purify your soul after heartbreak and the tools that can be used, how I went about dealing with that. We all, deal with grief and things like that differently. But I did write about it and saying how it's a necessity and how we have to have pain in life in order for our lives to be purified.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And
So,
I like to say that blues is it definitely that. Blues is
mhm,
something that a lot of us live. We lives
right,
it. I
right,
mean, a lot of the blues that I sing and a lot of other artists I know that were singing the blues, they sung about something they experienced,
Mm-hmm.
experience. Blues
Right.
got a message to it. It got a message. I lost my woman and I sure want her back. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I'm so tired of being alone. Stuff. Blues have a message to it,
Right.
and that's why I love the blues because when the blues is coming out, they got some lyrics. They saying something. It says something. The
It's
blues is saying
meaningful.
something.
Yes.
Right, right,
I love that because not all the music today exemplifies that. It's the complete opposite of speaking from the heart, making, doing some things, let's put it that way, that you tend to regret later on, that causes you to lose somebody special, that you realize, oh my gosh, now I'm alone because she left me or he left me because of whatever the reasoning is. So when you put
right,
it in the lyric of a song of something as heartfelt as blues,
right,
these are true testimonies of stories of things that's happened in life, which is no different than writing in a book. No
right,
different.
right. Yeah,
So where are your woes? Tell us about something where you and how deeply you go when it comes to writing your music, when it comes to
well,
blues.
I'm gonna tell you exactly about how my blues come about, my music come about.
Uh-huh.
I never put anything on paper. I never sit down and write it.
Oh,
When I
really?
go in the studio, I don't know what I'm gonna sing about. But when I go in the studio, I know right then and there that it's gonna come to me because, like I say, it's life experience.
Right.
And and when I go into the studio, my lyrics come to me just like that. You
You
know what I'm
remember
saying?
something. I do.
Yeah, you know. So, I mean, hey, it's life experience. So that's where I done with the blues. Actually, I came up at a young age uh, playing at the church, but mostly outside in the country, beating on a thing called a tub with a stick, beating on it, cause making some noise and they say making noise. So, but really. Uh, there was little cafes around in towns and little places. And it'd be a bunch of smoking in there, drinking. And the guy say, "Well, come on, we're gonna let you go and make you a little change because I could sing." And they would put me up on top of the pool table, bring me in. A couple of guys bring me in, old school guys, put me on top of the pool table and let me sing a couple of blues, and they'll give me a few nickels and dimes and quarters, and then I get
That
on
is
my bicycle
wild.
and I'm gone.
That's wild. Making money doing what you do at a young age. Because I think what you said you started singing and playing music in church around 6 years old.
Right, right.
And
My
then it's
my
always been in your blood.
my papa was a quartet singer.
Okay.
So he taught me my first old gospel song, like they sung in the church,
Okay.
called King Jesus. Called King Jesus was a stone that came rolling, rolling, rolling. And I never forget that song. That was the first song he taught me uh,
Really?
uh, back in the days, yeah. And them dry bones, and all them old school gospel. So he taught me
That's
that
way
as a
back.
real young age. So at 6 years old, and when I was old enough to know that, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to sing. I want to do some gospel. I want to do that music my papa doing, you know.
And you've always known that.
And I always wanted. And to tell you the truth about it, this is the truth about it. You know, uh, when I started out singing the blues uh, for my career, I never worked a job. Never
Okay.
worked a job.
Never?
I done never worked a job. I have accumulated uh, off and on several different things, make great things, and all type of nice cars, buses, all this doing music. I mean, actually, I was a musician. That was my job.
Love it.
Musician was my job.
Right.
So when I got up old enough, to knew that hey, one day you're gonna have to retire. You know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that was with the insurance company, you know, you could take out to benefit as you get older and retirement benefits, you know. So as an artist, that's what I done, realizing that hey, uh, one of these days I'm not gonna be able to perform. So
Love it.
I'm gonna have to love, and plus I went to the military, stayed there 2 years, and
Okay.
so I said, well, you know, we still got to look out for the future, but still, yet
Right.
and all, blues has been my life. I have been on the stage with so many people: Bobby Blue Bland, Tyrone Davis, Johnny Taylor, Millie Jackson, Rudy Ray Moore. Uh, I mean, just name them. I've been on the stage with them. I've been on the same, opening up for a lot of opening acts. Just been on the stage. Period. Just
That
all
says
those
a
times.
lot. It
Right,
says a lot. And it
right.
means that you know a lot. I mean, stemming from gospel music and, you know, the dusty floors and the streets of Louisiana. So when you have all of that and you wrap it together, and now by you being out in Texas, so are you blending all of these sounds together? Like, what is your sound and your style of blues?
Well, you know what? My style is Jabo style. what, what I'm trying
Which
to say,
is,
you know
yes,
what I'm saying? I have my own, you know, my own style of music. This is why I have got a chance to get on and got signed up with a couple, two or three major record labels. Because
okay,
when record labels sign you on, they don't want you sounding and imitate nobody, because
exactly,
that somebody already been out there and
right,
they've been selling. They
right.
want you to be you. They want to buy you what you got to offer, you know. So when
You
I
are
go
a
in,
personality.
right. So when I go
You are.
in, thank you. when I go in and let them know, hey, sir, this is who I am, you know. And they say, well, let's see what you got. And I show them what I got. They start laughing and say, you know what? We we give you a call in 2 or 3 days.
But that's what's so unique about you, though, and being a legend as you are, being in this genre of music for 43 years, that's a long time.
It's a
Most people
long
don't
time.
make it that long, you know? So, what is your super success? What is it that you do? I know being authentic is number one. Now, we've had some conversations, and I know it's a lot of uniqueness to you, but how do you bridge it all together? Even now, because most people can't handle music the way it is today. But for you to still have contracts and you're still in the game with these corporations where most people struggle to get on the inside. They struggle.
Well, Miss Miller, it's like this. Life itself is a struggle. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
regardless of what type of what you call uh, what type of work we're doing,
yes,
uh, employing, whatever. Life
right.
is a struggle, everyday struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is that I always let the guys know, want everybody to know, because I've been out there a long time, and because I've been doing this before someone was even born. That don't make me any better than anybody else. My
Right,
thing is that I do encourage a lot of the younger generation. That's my thing that I likes to do. And this is the true thing, and one can tell you. Because the thing about it, I feel like I done had my shine. I done had my shine, you know. So it's that now I'm just doing what I love to do. And it's just something I love to do. This is what I love to do. So
right,
if I could help someone and they're willing to be helped and whatever, then I try if I can, if it's possible, you know. So
right,
my thing is right now, I keep doing me and they keep buying me. So
right.
this I keep selling Jabo. This old Jabo now is still selling Jabo.
Well, you know what it is. And it's all about your personality. And you bring your authenticity, your personality, you blend that with all of the situations and the struggles that you've had in your life. That makes for great music. It really does. And then to not know exactly what you're going to record until you're in the studio, fabulous. Everybody can't
Well,
do that.
and that's true. But coming up as coming up as a young person.
Yes.
Uh, my mother and I always had a bond, and she had me at a very young age. She was 15 when she had me, and
Uh-huh.
back then. But my father at that time was kind of abusive to my mom,
Okay.
and and by that being said, is that it kind of had made me kind of bitter, on the inside,
Okay.
and that gave me the blues because I had that. That's why uh, on today I really can't stand to see a man really just actually, physically handling a woman, because
Right.
that brings back those memories to me. And
Okay.
so that gave me something to get up there and just say I had so much in me to all I had to do was go in the studio, it'll come out. It would come out, you know.
Right.
And my
Right.
one of my songs that I hear they call me the begging man, but one of my songs is, a woman need to be loved. That's one of my hit songs.
Yes.
A woman need to be
Yes.
loved,
I love that one.
and yeah, and those things like that. And so, hey, don't walk out that door, something like that. Don't walk out that door, please don't walk out that door, another song, new album called We Can Weather It Out. We Can Fix It. Let's sit down and talk about it, and things
Right.
like that. So
Right.
those are things that comes out, when you talking, because we
It's
realize
relevant.
now, yeah, you realize now, even though I know that I'm not a perfect man, even though I know I have not always lived this life, and I'm glad, thank God, I'm where I am because
Right.
because you know uh, I've been through uh, being shot and robbed in my yard, uh, to other things in life, to wherefore I know that it wasn't me. It
Right.
wasn't me, and I didn't have no fear, no fear. Even when it happened, it was no fear, no shaking,
Look at
no
that. Look at
panicking,
that.
because I knew, even though I loved to sing the blues, but
Right.
my heart, my soul loved to got the blues in it, but my spirit in it got my high power in it, and it's gonna power everything.
That's it. That is from the bottom all the way to the top. What it is. When your heart, soul, and your spirit is all intertwined in what you do, that is love. That is doing what you were born to do. And,
Right.
being an author and writing about those types of things when it comes to realities of life and looking at it from the standpoint of conscious lifestyle strategists. It's all about the alignment and knowing who you are to the point of you living it out every single day. So when you can live who you are every day and it's on display for the world to see, that's when your soul shines.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
shows. It shows up. And then
Right.
having the experiences that you've had, watching, your dad abuse your mom as he did, but it taught you so much as a young boy growing up into a man, and looking at all of those things that you speak about, you sing about in your lyrics of songs. What would you tell young women today? Because there are so many. And you and I, we talked a bit about relationships and how the things that are accepted and when things should be noticed on the front end, how they should be dealt with going into relationships to prevent some of these blues.
Well, my thing is, I want to say this in this aspect to the young ladies. Any lady, young, uh, older, whatever.
Yeah.
When you choosing a man, make sure you choose not a pair of pants. Because every man wear a pair of pants is not a man. You understand?
Uh-huh.
It's just like
Uh-huh.
it's like a lot of people choose a person for the wrong reason. They choose them because they might have money. They choose them because they might have a little flame. They choose them because of materialistic things. They're not choosing them
I
from the
agree.
from the spirit they bear, their spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And,
Yes.
a person can have a real good spirit, and that person is living that life of a good spirit. That's the kind of person
Right.
you want to even have for a friend. And before you jump into a relationship, make sure this just ain't a temporary thing to draw you in. Make sure this
Mm.
thing, give it some time and make sure this thing is real. Because anybody can act. And when you can act for a good month or two, and you can act, but after a month or two, you ain't gonna be able to hold on no longer than that. You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, the fake
So,
phony. Yeah.
yeah. So,
The representative.
yeah.
Yeah, he has to
So,
give up eventually.
yeah. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful uh, who you entertain.
Right.
First of all, don't invite someone to your personal residence. You know, I mean, regardless of what you, I mean, if y'all meet out on the street, go he take you to eat, y'all go to a
Yes.
movie, and
Yes.
you trust that much, that's fine. You know you're all right. You trust, that's fine. But don't invite people. Don't let no one know your whereabouts.
I agree
That's personal.
100%. And
That's
don't do that
personal.
myself. I don't. Like
Right.
I will meet
Yeah.
you there. I will have my car. I'm going to have my
Right.
own transportation. I don't need you to pick me up. I don't know you like that. You know,
Right.
and even it takes time. You're right. It takes time to get there. But there are so many women and men that are very trusting when they meet someone and just assume that they're great because of how they look, how they carry themselves. You're being fed the wrong information. Pay attention to the little things. That's where all the truth is. I'm just saying. But
It's,
I
it,
just enjoyed that conversation that we had before and wanted to make sure that you share that, because it's a lot of heartbreaks that are taking place because of trusting too soon,
well,
getting involved too soon, relations too
chill.
soon.
Back in the days, uh, way back in the days, when I was way younger.
Right.
I wouldn't count myself to be good for no woman.
Why in
I
the
was
world would you say that? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Go ahead.
because I mean, my mind wasn't made up. I mean, every woman I seen, I pretty thought it was mine. And I wasn't. Now, really, the true fact about it, I mean, I'm gonna give you the main thing, cut it short. Okay, if I didn't have no relationship then. I knew I was brought up in church. I was brought up in church with
Right.
my grandmother, mom, all of them. But I didn't
Right.
have a relationship with God. So if you ain't got a
Mm-hmm.
relationship with God, you ain't got no direction. If you ain't got no direction, you don't mean yourself no good and nobody else.
Exactly.
Until I got saved in 1998, that's when I realized. That's when I realized that everything you've been doing, you got to change. You got to change. If you're gonna stand for something, you're gonna keep either you're gonna stand for something or you're gonna keep falling for nothing.
That's right. And every time you fall, you're falling into heartbreak. You're falling into that
Right,
same repetitive cycle that you
right,
want to get out of, but you got to look at yourself and say, hey, what am I doing to attract these same types of individuals? Why am I doing this to myself? Let the fingers point in the right direction. You can't blame somebody else for choices that you're making.
that's the fact. That's the fact. And the healing, listen now, the
Yes.
healing
Yeah.
to change
Right.
is to acknowledge
Mm-hmm.
your faults. You hear me?
Yes. The
See,
biggie.
you got to first acknowledge that you've been wrong.
Exactly.
You got to
Mm-hmm.
first acknowledge that it was your fault. You
Yeah.
got to first acknowledge that you could avoid this. And once you start acknowledging it and putting it in your spirit, your mind, your body, and
Right.
soul,
Right.
then
You can
that's when you
change.
start healing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Look at that big old grin. But I tell you, it is. And that's where reality sets in. A lot of people don't want to take the responsibility that they've done this to themselves. And it's easy to point the finger at the other person. But you know what? Lies. Get that mirror, look in it, and take responsibilities for the choices that you make. And the minute you decide that you want greater for yourself, then you're going to do the work. You're going to have that relationship with God. You're going to take the time off because so many jump out of one relationship directly into another one. Don't even have time to heal. Don't give themselves that. because they don't want to spend time with themselves. So I can speak it all day long, but I always love to have a male perspective, and at least one that has some wisdom to go along with what I'm saying, because sometimes it takes coming from somebody else to really hit home, to strike that nerve to say, you know what, it is about acknowledging those truths.
Well, and okay, and that's true. But let me say this: as a man,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I get a lot of females on my show, on my
Yes.
live show. But
Uh-huh.
because I speak highly of the female, because God says, "Hey, I see that man should not be alone, so I should make him a help me." And
Yes.
God gave a man, when He gave a man woman, He gave her something. He gave her something. He gave a man something beautiful. He gave some man something to cherish. Understand?
Right.
He gave a man
Right.
something to appreciate. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yes, sir.
And until we get to that point in our life, down the road, then we don't deserve now. If we don't get to that point in our life, we don't deserve it
Say it
because
again. You don't deserve it.
we don't
Can you say it
deserve
again? Uh-huh. I know. Keep on.
it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I
So
do.
my thing is, my thing is, I was in a relationship, uh, and I've been out now 2 months, 2 years and 2 months. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I I never thought that I could go 2 years and 2 months without having no company,
Right.
nobody to come home with me or go home with me, and all that. I never thought I
Right.
could do that.
Right.
But when you are being, uh, when you are being when you are being worked on, when God is working on you, you got to be
Yes.
still. Let your peace be still. You see
Yes.
what I'm saying?
I
And then
do.
you got to, even though that's some beautiful women have crossed my trail, there's a lot of them have, that I could say, they would have said, hey, come on, Jabo. But the thing about it, let God keep reconstructing Jabo till he get through. And when he get through, guess what? He'll send me to the
Yes,
right one,
Lord.
and he gonna send you the right
Amen.
somebody.
I can't even wait. I can't even wait. Yes, sir. I'm not sitting over on Isolation Island for nothing. Because with me, you say 2 years, 2 months. It's been about 18, almost 20 months for
Right.
me at the same time. Because time goes on. And when you're focused on making yourself better and your life better, and you're aligning with God about how He wants your life to be, because that's the way I want it, in alignment there. Because then I know when that time comes, the right person for me will come along. But right now, my focus is on me, myself, and I aligning with God, period. That's it. Don't even approach me, because I'm in the midst of rebuild, and chances are you're not qualified to even approach me. So therefore, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not doing it.
That's right. And I'm gonna tell you this, Miss Miller.
Yeah.
Listen to this. 2 words, okay?
Yes.
Go ahead on and accept being lonely sometimes.
Oh.
That being miserable.
Oh. Any day. Any day.
Yeah, just accept loneliness than being
Right.
miserable.
Right.
You know, it's not good being all the time for a person to be lonely. I understand, but it
Right.
sure ain't good to be miserable.
Never. There's never going to be a good conversation or a time, because when you're in misery, you're in a place to where you're missing someone that could be great for your life. You're missing that because you've settled for somebody who isn't worthy. So why would you even go there? That's the bottom line of it all. And alone to me is great. I enjoy it. I enjoy spending time to myself because it's focused on me and doing what's necessary for me to be better. So that way I have what's necessary to give what I'm expecting from somebody else. I am not going to connect myself with somebody and look for something from them for me, but I can't give it to him. That's a lie. I'm not going to do that. So if I can look for that in him, then he can receive it from me. It's equal. That's what help meet is. You give in order to receive, but then you receive so much more because you're doing it authentically from the heart and the soul and the spirit. You love them that much to where you want them to have the best of you. That's the way I see it.
And that's a good thing. Because you want to tell a man this here. This is what I tell him when I'm playing my program. Make sure you tell
Uh-huh.
him this. Tell him, say, look. Tell him, say, look, I want you to want me, not just my body. Come on now.
Thank you.
See, I can do bad. This why I be when I'm on my stage and I'm talking to them.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Drop that zero and get yourself a hero. You can do bad all
Right.
by yourself. You don't need no help to starve to death.
That's a good one. But it's all facts. It's facts. And then to know that you're in that space of healing and accepting, that's what I was talking about, this morning on, this very moment inspirations. I was talking about acceptance. And when you accept all the things that's taken place in the past, then it's easy to be present with yourself because you know that the hope for tomorrow is all the way fabulous. You know that it is, and you're not willing to accept something that's not going to benefit you, grow you, make you your best in order to be the best for somebody else. You just won't accept it. So therefore, when you can love yourself that much, you won't welcome somebody in your life that can't be equal or greater to bring to your life, to add as an asset, somebody of value in your life. Yeah.
And you know, a long time ago, the parents of back in my days,
Mm-hmm.
they always used to say, "Son, watch the company that you keep. Watch the
Yes.
company that you keep. Don't be off in that bad company." Well,
Mm.
these days and time, we want to say, "Watch who you got in your circle," as they call it, circle. Watch who you
Yes.
got in your circle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, watch who you call your friends. You know,
Right.
my thing is though, one thing about it, I can realize that some people can not ever stop looking behind me and trying to find, because they can't find nothing but that good thing coming to the front. But they
Right.
look at what, you know what I'm saying? So my
Right.
thing is, in spite of, I had to be like my mom. I had to keep smiling all the time because that's what my mom done. Grandma, we all smiling. And
Right.
my thing is just right here. I don't care how you would criticize me. I can't care how you want to feel about me.
Right.
That's not gonna make me feel that way about you. That's
Exactly.
not gonna make me act out with you. Now
Right.
that might make me get away from you.
Quickly. Feel the way you want, but it has nothing to do with me. Take care.
Yeah, that's true.
This
So
is a wonderful thing. And I know you were talking about, we're going to pull in two different tracks tonight. And you were saying that a woman needs love, right? And you were talking about that in the one song, right?
right.
So you want to go ahead and play a portion of that track so we can continue the conversation on it?
Okay. Okay.
I want the
Give me 2 minutes.
Sparrows and I want everybody in the room to hear that. But your followers, of course, have heard it
Well,
already.
I
But
don't know. I don't know who he is. I can't see nobody in. So
you can't see anything. If you swipe
no,
left on your screen, you can see.
swipe left.
Yes. And then you'll see the comments because they usually get to look at that. Look what he went and did, y'all. What are we going to do with him? I think I'm just going to go ahead and tell him what the comments are saying versus having him trying to figure it out himself. Mercy in the morning. He went and dropped out of the room. So thank you everybody for coming in. I see you coming in. I see your comments. Just trying to get all the juice out of Jabo while we have opportunity to do so. And at the tail end of the show, if we can, we're going to go back in and catch some of these comments that you're writing. And in the event, if we don't get to all of them, which I'm sure we won't, what we can do is, of course, respond at the end of the show. But I just like to take the time to make sure I engage wholeheartedly with the guest so we can get all that juice, because there's so much information that Jabo has to share. How about this? I just tell you about the comments.
That's okay. I mean, I can see it
I'll
after the
just tell
show.
you that.
I'll see it after the show. I like. Well,
Hmm.
hello. Well, hello to everybody. All you lovely people that's in listening, and all you people that's gonna share this post. God bless y'all, and hello to all y'all. Y'all know, if I know you, y'all know my love for y'all and everybody I haven't met. I want to just say, hey, God bless y'all, and this is a wonderful show, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yes, I've got to watch you.
Yeah, cause I'll be way somewhere else. I'm trying to let me see.
It's
Cause
okay. I'm very proud.
I told you I wasn't technology. I wasn't up on this technology
You are
field.
doing very well. I give it to you. You're doing exactly what you need to do. But I tell you, time is going to fly by so quick. I just want to make sure we get the tracks in so we can
Here we
talk
go.
about them.
Here we go.
Okay, A Woman Needs Love. That's
We're not
this
trying to
track.
get you caught up in a one night stand. But a woman like you deserves to be loved. Listen, I never knew, baby. I never knew you had a man looking at you, baby. I couldn't tell. But you don't look happy, baby. Look like you're hurting on the inside. Tell me, woman, all the reason why. A woman like you, baby, have to go through these things. Although you doing your very best, trying to love one man. Baby, I know, honey, I know I'm wrong. But I'm asking, baby, come in, get in my arms, baby. Am I wrong, baby? Am I wrong for wanting you, baby? Am I wrong for wanting you to wrap up in my arms, baby? Tell me, baby, and I let go. Cause God knows, honey, I don't want to leave you alone. I can't stand here looking at you, babe, lonely and crying. Woman, you know, darling, you need to be loved sometime. Am I wrong? Girl, am I wrong? Because I need you right now. Wrap up in my arms. I know you married, baby. I know you got a man. But that man you got at home seems like he don't understand your needs, baby. Uh-huh. He don't understand your needs, woman. A woman needs, a woman needs to be loved. Oh, baby. I know you need to be loved. All right, Miss Valerie.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. You know, I can go in all kinds of directions with that. Yeah. Man at home, I know you're married, you got needs, he don't understand. Begging and pleading. Keith Sweat has nothing on you. Lenny Williams have nothing on you. I mean, Break it down. Break it
Well, you
down. Where
know,
that come from?
well, it was actually a true, based on a true song. Uh,
Uh-huh.
you know, I met uh, lady before not long, a while back in the day, and it's where she was going through some things at home,
Uh-huh.
and I could, like I said, I could look at it and tell she was hurting on the inside, you know,
Yeah.
and because she looked it down and out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I was telling, I was talking to her before I sung on the song. I say, I know you got a man, a husband. I know you got a man, whatever. But that man that you got at home seems like he don't understand your needs, because a woman needs to be loved, and
Yes.
that's what you're not getting. So that's what it was all about.
I want to leave that where it is. I'm not going to ask you what you did, how you did it. I'm wanting to not cross that bridge. Especially,
Okay, all right.
but it is a fact. It is a
Yeah,
fact.
it's a fact.
You know, women tend to stay in situations where they're not being fulfilled because it's just for the sake of having a man per se. And it's really sad when that happens. And then there's always somebody on the outside that sees that those needs are not being met and they will approach. That's why I said I'm not going to go there with you to even know what took place. But at the same time, it's easy to get into situations because of that, triangles because of that, real life experiences
Well,
because of that.
I actually encouraged her and wind up to where I encouraged her. We wind up being good friends. If need
Okay.
someone to talk to, she would call me and whatever. We wind up being good friends because it's like it's one thing about me as I sung that song. I might have been, a woman's man back there, but I never liked it fooling with married women. I
Thank
mean,
you for
it just,
saying that.
yeah, I never
Thank you.
liked the married
Thank you. I
women.
appreciate you so
Uh,
much.
yeah, because that just that just something I never liked. I'm being honest. I never liked to fool with married women,
I'm
uh,
glad you said it.
because I don't know what was deep. I couldn't tell you deeply what was the reason. I mean, I know people were doing it, but
Right.
it's just that I didn't like it. I just didn't
Right.
like it.
Right.
I didn't indulge in, so uh, so I never had a
Gratitude.
problem. I never had a problem out of saying that now I can rest easy on
Right.
that part and say
Right.
I didn't wasn't a part of breaking up somebody's home. You know what I'm
Exactly. Karma is real. It comes
saying?
back.
It comes
It
back.
comes
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
worth it. I feel like
yeah.
this, and I say to clients or that come in and they talk about their relationships, their marriages or whatnot. And, I said, I can never tell you what to do. We can talk this through, strategize what your next steps are going to be. Um, However, before you bring a third person into your relationship outside of God, because that's the only three it should be, Him first and then your marriages within yourselves. But if you can't work that thing out, end it before you start something new with somebody else, you know, if it has to come to that. My first thing is if you can fix it
That's
because
right.
you made a vow for a reason. You married this person for a reason, and look at ways of rekindling what it was that ignited the spark in each of you in the first place. That's what my goal is with what I do before you jump out there, because these streets are not kind, Jabo. They're not kind. It's a whole lot of mess and controversy going on out here because everybody is not legit. They're not. And so how do you look at that for what it is? It might be truly, in Bobby Womack's voice, cheaper to keep her or him. It might be, but if it's something that's so destitute and you need to get out of that, your soul, your chi, everything is sick and you're ill behind it, then do what you need to do to get out of it. But you got to love the blues songs that come from life experiences like that. You got to love it. You have to love that. And it's appreciated because you have to go through woes sometimes to realize exactly what you have at home. Life happens, kids and, careers and all this stuff takes place. And then it's easy to have a divide. It's a divide within the relationship that needs to be bridged most times. But to have a friend that can be reached out to, like yourself, that can voice from the other side and encourage, whatever needs to be encouraged just to help them along the way. That's commendable. I thank you for that. But some of these songs today, it's a lot of sharing going on, Jabo. The weekend and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
you can
yeah,
get a
yeah,
Monday,
yeah,
Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll take care of
yeah,
them on the weekend. And I think that is outright ridiculous.
yeah.
But there are some women that accept that. Side chicks, all of it's, we can go on with those types of things of women basically demeaning themselves to accept such treatment in their lives. That's some of the most ultimate abuse you can do to yourself, to accept secondhand and get involved with a married man per se. Even a man in a relationship, he's not available to you. So why would you take secondhand goods? That's how I look at it. Well, he's really no good. Pupito, that's a whole different chapter in the book. But, looking at that, and I can go on because I get hot when I talk about it and when I hear it, all these cheaters out here. But go ahead, speak anytime. Go jump into it because we need to get
well,
into that
well,
second track.
well, I'm gonna say this. First of all, I just want to say this to the listeners. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm not here to step on nobody's feet. Okay, that's why I'm talking about Jabo. Everything I'm
Yes.
talking about, I want them to know I'm talking about Jabo
Yeah.
and nobody else. Because I don't. I mean, I don't judge anyone else, and
Please
I
don't.
mean, and what they do is what they do. I'm not gonna
Yes.
sit there. I'm not gonna stay back and condone what they're doing. I got grown children, and
Yes.
and I tell my son, "Ain't you married?" Yeah. Well, look here. You know what I tell him? I said,
What?
"Look, he come to my house with another young lady. He came over to my house with, Dad, I'm finna go to." I said, "Who that is?" Oh, that's my last. Where your wife? She at the house.
Oh,
Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You call me tomorrow, but meanwhile, I don't want to talk to you tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow sometime. Now you go ahead on, take care of your business, go whatever you're gonna do, but you're gonna be gone now. Then when he
yeah.
called me, I let him know,
Yes.
hey,
Yes.
don't do that no more. Cause it's like I'm upholding you in your
Right.
wrong when you do that.
Right.
It's don't. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
So I don't want them to go down that trail where I come from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here now. I want them to go in another direction. And if you're
Exactly.
not going in that direction, then guess what? Then that means you
Right.
ain't listening to me. Then guess what? You go out there and do what you're gonna do. Like my mom used to tell me, you go out there and do what you're gonna do. Just stay out there and do what you're gonna do.
Do it. I
Because
don't need to
because
see it, don't need to know about it.
yeah,
Please
I don't
don't
want to
bring
know
me
about it.
into it
Yeah,
because it's not going to
yeah,
end up the way you think it is. And at the
yeah.
same time, I look at it this way. I'm not going to do something to someone I wouldn't want done to me.
Right, right.
I wouldn't want that. If my husband stepped out on me to do that and think it's okay, but then it's a female that accepts it and knowing what he's doing to a union, mm-mm. No, I don't have any parts of that. And just prayerfully to not have that type of individual. So that goes back to choosing wisely of who you're associating with and who you allow to be a part of your life. That's all that is.
That's
Taking the
that's
time,
true. That's true.
love yourself more. But I applaud you for what you did with your son. I had a girlfriend that tried it on me one time. She tried it and I straightened it out real fast. I said, let me tell you something. Don't bring this guy to my house. And I know who your husband is. And on top of that, you disrespect me by bringing this person to my home. Like, don't do that. I don't know who this is, and you brought him to my house. So things like that. You can sneak, but I don't need to know about it. That's your business. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. So
Yeah.
that's it on that part. Because I get all hot on the inside. My hair is going to frizz up, so that's
But
what's going to happen.
Miss Millers, I'm gonna say I heard you say a while ago about trying to work things out. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm telling you like this. Now I had a little disagreement with you on something. Okay. No, I'm serious.
I said, if you can
I
work it
had
out, this is a
I had
marriage. You don't
I had
walk
a
away
little
too quickly from
yeah,
unions.
but I had a little a disagreement with you on something though. I had to.
Speak it.
Okay, because if he or she, if known to have got
Hmm.
caught cheating, you
Oh,
can't work that out. You cannot
I
work
didn't
that
say
out.
cheating. I didn't
Oh,
say
oh, oh.
cheating.
Okay now, okay. I'm saying that
Cheating is
though.
a
That's
one-way street. I'm out.
okay. That's what I'm saying. So that's the only thing that really I'm looking at that really can't be worked out. Because if a person is cheating, they can say I'm sorry 1,000 times, but they're gonna do it again. They're
They
gonna do it
will.
again.
They will.
Life experience, Miss Miller. Life experience. You I'm talking about Jabo. Life
Infidelity. Yeah.
experience. Okay.
Oh, I know. Now I
Okay.
have dealt with
Yeah.
that. It's
Cause
not going to change.
cheating is just like gambling. It's addiction. You hear me?
Speak on it. Speak on it.
It's addiction. If someone is cheating, and let me tell you something, that means they ain't satisfied with what they got at home.
Exactly.
That means they're not pleased. They can tell you anything. If you were satisfied, you wouldn't go out looking for nothing else. You got it right here,
Exactly.
right? So cheating,
Exactly.
yeah. So if you go out there, if you got me here, and I know I'm all of this, and, she said, the lady saying, I know
Yes.
I'm all of this. So why is you going out there picking up some other woman out there, or whatever? What's the reason? Your reason? You ain't got no
Right.
reason. You know
Right.
what? Because anything you need in a woman, you know what I'm saying? You got it right here. And anything a woman need in a man, she should have it right there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So cheating is
It's
unacceptable.
sickness. It is. It's a
It's
sickness and not one
unacceptable.
I'm trying to deal
Yeah,
with. Yeah, that is a
yeah,
one-way street. Now, I wasn't talking
right.
about that. Now, some things can be fixed, but I'm out one way because the trust is gone. The minute I hear about it, trust is out the window. The infidelity has been there. I can't do it with you anymore. I can forgive you. However, I can't stay with you though. Mm-mm. Because now, that's an insecurity that's waiting to happen. I don't want to have to be curious about what you're doing every time you leave. I don't want that for my life.
Well,
Mm-mm.
Tyrone Davis says, uh, told his son, say your sister say she saw me coming out the Holiday Inn. But it sure wasn't me.
It wasn't
And
me.
so it sure wasn't me. So you didn't find my hat and you didn't do all that. He said it wasn't me. But let me tell you something. A lot, and he know good and well it was him. But a lot of time you can sell that to her. She'll, oh yeah, okay, baby, I would never do that to you. Okay, she can look dead in, and he ain't gonna look in the
She
eye.
know it though.
She know it. She
She
got that
know it.
instinct. She got that
Yeah,
instinct.
she know it.
I know you're doing me wrong because you know why? Because why couldn't I went with you tonight and I wanted to go, but you wouldn't take me?
Hmm.
Uh, why you didn't call me when you got through playing at 10 o'clock? Why you wait till 1:30 to call me? You know, there's a lot of reasons why you to give you hints to well, there's something ain't right.
Exactly.
Oh, something ain't right, thing.
And we know that it's not right. And it goes back to acceptance again. Like, why are you accepting that behavior when you know what's going on? And it goes back to the woman having insecurities. It's not the
Yes,
first time he's done it, it's not unfamiliar to her. She knows all about it.
right, right.
And that's the sad part. Like, don't stay somewhere where you're being abused in that manner, knowing that you deserve greater because you can't change him. He has to make those moves on his own, and that's just it within a nutshell. But it's heartbreaking to have friends that continue to dwell in those places because they don't feel like they can get somebody else, or I've invested too much time with this individual. Well, he's going to change this time. Having all of those, you know, things that you tell yourself and they're not true. Get
Now
over
look,
him.
now look. I'm gonna get you, Miss Miller.
What?
Now we supposed to be having a music thing. You got me up
It
here for a
is
marriage
music.
counselor. A
No,
marriage
it's
counselor.
not, because no, that's what,
No, I'm just
no,
teasing. I'm just
no,
teasing.
no,
I'm
that's where
just
this
teasing.
comes from.
I'm
It's the
just
music and
teasing.
the
I'm teasing.
lyrics and it's
I'm
things
teasing.
right here. Keep
I'm
in mind,
teasing. I'm teasing this
music
girl. I'm teasing.
and literature.
She ready to go off on me. I'm
I'm
teasing.
not
I'm
going to go
teasing.
off, but
Okay, I know it. I'm
it's just
teasing.
that this is a double
So
conversation. So you look at it from both sides. Like I write about things that's happened in life. You
so that's your
sing it
book.
in music. This is my book.
So is it been released?
Oh yes, 2017. I'm about to drop the second one.
Oh, so what's the name of that book there?
How I became fabulous and the lady all the time.
Okay. How you became
Yes.
fabulous in the lady all the time.
Yeah.
So
My stories, my song, my layers. So, yeah.
so
Life, true stuff. This stuff we're talking about, been there, done it. Wrote
so
about it.
your book,
Yes.
it actually is inspiring books too that some of the young women's and some of them can pick up and read
Mhm.
and they can learn a lot of
Yeah.
education things on how to live as a woman, how to avoid uh, reckless relationships and things like
Right.
that, right?
Right.
Okay, that's bad. That's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And and I'm interviewing you now.
You can.
No,
You
I'm just
can.
teasing. I'm
You
teasing. But
can. But that's
I'm
exactly
enjoying
what it
myself.
is.
I'm enjoying
It
myself.
is. I told you it was going to be a juicy conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's always juicy because you never know what topic is going to come up or how you're going to elaborate on something that stands out because somebody somewhere needs to hear what we're talking about. That's why I say it all the time. Share, Sparrows, everybody in the room, if you just hit that share button, sharing is caring. Somebody somewhere needs to hear this. They really
right,
do. Music soothes the soul, and the same, goes along with reading about your woes and knowing that you can write about your pains or read. Somebody somewhere has something that can help you deal and cope with what's going on in your life. You're not alone. It's not the first time it's taken place. We've all had these experiences. Not everybody's
right.
willing to share their vulnerabilities or be so transparent. I just chose to do so because of that four-letter word, LOVE. It'll have you caught up. It will. And that's just the real of it all, going through grief, losing my kids and looking at that for what it is. And it's all because of a four-letter word. And it's not just one person, it's quite a few. So that's a juicy book to read, not because I wrote it, but it's because I shared it with the world, because it was a responsibility I had to. Because if I didn't write about it and live it for myself, and there are people who know that these things are true, these stories are true, they're unbelievable. It's just outright unbelievable. All the things that I've gotten through and deciding to say, okay, I'm going to release it. I'm just going to put myself out as an example of how you can get through these things. You don't have to settle and stay there. You don't.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
And that sounds really interesting. And uh, I mean, yeah, no, really, that's powerful. And for you to write some information like that, some book and give and share it with uh, the viewers and all
Right.
your fans and people that wants to really read and going through something that's
Mm-hmm.
going through something in their marriage or
Mm-hmm.
going through something in life, period. That's
Right.
beautiful. So that's beautiful. That is music. Like I said, that is music. The
Yeah.
one is right, and one singing it. That
Yeah. That's the whole point of this platform because I write to music. Music, have got me through some of the toughest times in my life. And that that's why I write to music. It helps me to recall things that took
right,
place
right.
that may have been suppressed because it was so painful. But then I'll hear a song and it'll jog that memory. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I just start writing. I have to write and get it out because it is healing for me to write as it is healing for you to sing the song. lyrics and literature.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now tell me this, that second song from the new EP, it's time for it. Because I told you, we've already run over. We've gone over an hour.
We went a while already.
Yes. I told you it would go
What?
fast. See, that's how juicy it is. We have these conversations and it just goes by so fast. But we can catch in that second song, though. We can do that.
Well, if you want to, we don't have to. You don't want to. We can. I mean, we don't run over your time. We don't want to run over your air time.
I
You
can do
know
what I want. It's my show.
that.
So that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. It's juicy. I want them to hear your new
You,
EP, and then we'll start wrapping it up after that. But I can spare an extra few minutes.
you making me laugh.
Good. We gotta have a good time.
Yeah, I know it. You know, that's what it is. Let me get on here. Uh, I
We
gotta
gotta
hurry
get
up and
all
get
the
my.
juice out of you.
Uh,
We gotta get all the
no,
juice out of you while we can.
that
It's not
that
like,
that that
your
that would
followers
take
get
a
you all the time.
that take a lifetime.
Well, we're gonna squeeze as much as we can tonight. You can
Okay
always
then.
come back
Okay.
another time.
Yeah, well, I said that take a lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we don't need
Okay.
all of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you might need all of it.
I don't know if we could handle
Yeah, you can. You might need all.
it.
so, okay, this song is on my new CD,
Okay.
and this is something that I mean, I haven't experienced anything lately, but I'm
Yeah,
quite
you're
sure
on sabbatical. That's good.
yeah, I'm quite sure some of the guys have, and some of the guys have can they relate to this, him. Some of the guys
Oh, it's
can
for the
relate.
guys. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna say some of the guys can relate to
That's
this.
only
Yeah.
fair.
Uh,
That's fair.
yeah. Some of the guys can relate to this, I mean, because they calling y'all, won't answer the phone, you know.
No. Should have called when you said you were gonna call.
There we go, y'all. Hello, baby. What's going on your phone? Answer, darling. Every time I call you, you're not at home. Look at here. I'm not trying to fall for you. Say you're doing something wrong. I'm just so sick and tired of calling. But you don't answer your phone. You don't call me no more. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me, darling, what's going on? What's going on? You don't call me no more. You don't even answer your phone. Tell me, darling, something wrong. What's going on? Tell me, baby, if I'm wrong or right. Every time I call your phone, honey, you're not there. I have something to get off of my
I like
mind.
that.
I need to get off of my chest. I just need to talk to you sometime. That's a natural thing.
Turn it up some.
Call me no more. You don't even answer your phone. Tell me, darling, what's going on? You don't call me no more, baby. You don't even answer your phone. Tell me, darling, what's going on? Tell me, baby. Yes, indeed. Tell me, darling. Oh, tell me. Why you don't call me?
Dartha Harris says it was the wrong number. I love it.
Please.
He's probably, hey, you're on the block list. You're on the block list.
I am. Oh, yeah.
She's not answering because you've been blocked.
No. That ain't it. She into something she ain't got no business.
But you know what? It just puts me back in the mind of like guys before versus guys now. I love that though. Hilarious.
Why you don't call me back? You don't even answer your phone, God. You don't even answer your phone. What's going on? What's going on, baby? Oh, they sharing the video already. They sharing the video. They sharing
Yes.
the video. Yeah.
Yes.
Please answer the phone, baby. Something ain't right. Answer the phone.
That's a good one.
What he say? He say it may be the wrong number.
Yeah, that's what Dartha Harris said.
He said it may be
It's
the wrong
number. It was the wrong number. But the thing is, nowadays, I know I'm quick to block you in a heartbeat.
This is what I tell her. Listen, this is when I go to begging though. When I go to begging, watch it. Same old thing, we going through every day. When I go to begging, just a little bit. Listen, watch this. Sit down, baby, and let's talk it over. Let's talk it over, darling.
Yeah.
I know. You're tired of going through these same old things. That's when I go to bed, and we'll
stop playing games.
You say you'll sit down and work it out. You say you'll sit down and work it out,
Playing games. Games get you put on the street.
Yeah, no, that ain't no game that says, sit down, baby, let's talk it over. Let's work it out. You say let's work it out. That's what you said, right?
Work it out when you can work it out. But see, if you're doing stuff that's causing her not to answer the phone, you need to be correcting that.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why are you insinuating that I've done something for her not to answer
I'm not.
the phone?
I'm just saying. I'm referring to the song. To the song.
Well, maybe she's tired of being busy and she's just not able to answer the phone.
Yeah, because we're not going to stop what we're doing, just be rushing because you calling. I mean, I call you back. Leave a message or something. I get around to it 24, 48 hours. Give me some time.
Well, guess what? That's not the way they think. If they call you, you don't answer your phone, they mad at you then.
There's no reason to be mad. You're not qualified to have that position, that role. I mean, you're not my guy. So if you're not my guy, don't have that expectation that I'm going to answer every single time you call me. I'm not. Well, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff.
That right there, the song you heard, that was her guy calling her.
Oh, it was a man.
Yeah. That was his man. He say, look what he said. He say, I'm calling your phone, you're not answering. I'm not trying to false accuse you and say you're doing nothing wrong. I just want you to answer the phone.
If he was there, he wouldn't have anything to worry about.
Come on now. Come on.
Come back on that.
He might be at work. He could be at work.
Excuses.
No, you told me to come back on it. He may be at work.
Only the men that you only accuse men, like hypothetical, only accuse when you are doing something wrong. When you're doing something wrong, then you falsely accuse others. That may not even be the case. I'm just saying.
My thing is this.
Explain your record.
When I was on the road, and I left my missus home when she was at home staying, and I was gone on the road.
Okay.
And when I call, and I know she's gonna be home, she at home, so I expect
Okay.
her to answer the phone, right? I be
That's
expecting her.
different. Okay. That's different.
Okay, but if the phone ringing and ringing and you not answering the phone, and
What
you
are you
know
doing?
what you doing?
Yeah,
Come on,
that's
see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That'll
And
that'll raise
so,
curiosity. Yes.
and so and that's why the song say, I keep calling, but you're not answering. I
Hmm.
keep calling, but you're not answering.
That's serious.
So I know she not. I mean, I know I haven't done anything to make her mad. So
Mm-hmm.
that ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm at work, but I keep calling you, not answering. Cause my thing was when I was out there on the road, I made sure that she had my hotel number, hotel I was
Yes.
in,
Yes.
and everything.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's the way it was, you know, because she caught me after 1998 when I was, when I was converted over.
Oh, you're
So
in the good place.
yeah, I was in a good time. I was in the good side then. So you know what I'm saying?
I got
So
that.
that's what that was all about,
Okay.
So
Did she ever pick up?
yeah, she picked up.
Was that
Sometimes
the
she
last
say,
one?
sometimes she say she was asleep.
Mm. I
It
hope you
just
didn't
sound like
believe that. Okay.
no,
Was this the
it is
last one?
that's the last one.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
the
the last
last.
one.
That's why you're on a
Yeah,
2 year, 2 month hiatus. Okay.
yeah, yeah. That was the
I
last
get
one.
it.
She say, I was asleep. She didn't
With
sound a
who?
bit more sleep than nothing. I was asleep.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
or I went to the store and get me a package of cigarettes. Here it is. I got to playing at 2. Here it is 3:30 in the morning. She gone to the store get some cigarettes.
Okay. Well, we can fill in the blanks on that one. We'll fill in the blanks on that.
So okay now that's what I'm
I
talking
love
about. That
that. Okay. Yeah, explaining the lyrics. Yes, explaining where the songs come from because that's where the juice comes from. Like real life experiences, things that actually took place, which is the same with what I write about. All valid, it's all true. You can't write a memoir. These are memoirs of my life that are unbelievable. And then at the same time, a lot of symmetry that a lot of men and women go through. I don't write just for women. I write due to the relationship and the experience. So it resonates with both men and women.
well,
Yeah.
that's why I dedicate this song to the men.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that. So it's one for
Yeah.
each, one for the women, one for the men, because it is. It happens on
Because
both
it's
sides.
always it's always the two sides.
It is, and then it's the truth.
Yeah, it's two sides, and don't get me wrong, men is known to do wrong, but also not women is known to do wrong.
Exactly. Women are
Okay,
not exempt, not at
okay.
all.
So I mean, hey, we just all just got to be, uh, just got to be careful
Choose
and watch the
wise.
choice, choose
Mm-hmm.
wisely.
Choose
You understand?
wisely.
Because
Yes.
after I was converted over in 1998, and I knew God had reconstructed in my life.
Right.
But guess what? I found myself getting with somebody that I was unequal yoked. They couldn't appreciate.
You went and did it
They could.
again.
They couldn't appreciate. No, they couldn't appreciate. No, I stayed like I
Yes.
was, and I stayed there with her, but she couldn't appreciate this
It
type of
won't
man.
work. It won't
It,
work.
it
Yeah.
won't
You're
work.
right.
It's unequal yoke. It won't work.
Yeah. You
If
got
you
to
get
have somebody
somebody,
aligned.
yeah, if you get somebody that can't appreciate you, they rather drink than to say Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's unequal yoke. It's just
Right.
unequal yoke.
Right.
And if you get someone that never gonna pray with you or nothing like that, it's unequal yoke.
I'm
So
with you 100% on that.
yeah, yeah.
I believe in
So
praying. You got to be able to get on your knees and pray over me. Like, how can you lead me when you can't even pray at all? I mean, those types of things, because I need somebody I can trust and follow like that and trust that you're going to do the right thing because God is leading you versus just somebody who's out here in the streets and just making rash decisions that's not going to benefit either of us. So I can appreciate you saying that.
what I found out though, and I looked at it in a positive way.
Right.
Okay, I
Right.
looked at it in a positive way. even though
Okay.
I had changed my life,
Yes.
even though that I'm walking with Jesus,
Right.
but they still say He always said it, and it don't change. You still got to reap what you sow.
It's
So,
coming.
yeah. So even though back then I was doing something like that, so now when it got to me, I was living this life. Hey, I had to get it back done to me. I had to
Is that
reap what
what you
I
thought?
sow.
That's what it was? That's
That's
what it
why I
was?
look at it. That's what I look at. Yeah, I had to
Okay.
reap what I sow.
I can
So then
agree with
again,
that.
I knew that I knew I was reaping the things that I used to sow. So then
Right.
wasn't it for me to do but just take with Lord, walk with me. Walk with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I already
Yes.
knew. See, I just couldn't sit there and just look at her and just be mad and bash and hate her. All I could do was just drop my head and keep praying and say, well, Lord, walk with me. Because I knew already, He told me that you shall reap what you sow. If
Mm.
and so you never know when it's going to be your time to start reaping these things.
Yes, that's the
You
truth.
might you might be doing something in 2000. I mean something in 19. I might have did something back in 1990, and now
Right.
I'm just now reaping it in 2018.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
But you got
Yes.
to reap it, you
It's
know,
coming. It's
because you
coming.
can't. God's word is not gonna come back void, so you can't
Mm-mm.
make Him out of a liar. He
Right.
said it, right?
So
But
live right in the first place.
but see
Treat
the
them
thing I
right.
like about it. But look, the thing I like about it though, even going through these trials and tribulations, the thing I like about it, He say, I will never leave you,
Or
nor will I
forsake.
forsake you.
Yeah.
He said, so it's better to me to be with you than the whole wide world against you.
Against
So
you.
I believe that, and I went on through the trials and tribulations. Come on now.
Handle it. Take it, Tarzan. Take it. It only makes you greater. You
Yeah,
become out so much better on the other side every
yeah.
single time. So that's why just being mindful on the front end to treat everyone kind with respect, the best you can be. Bring your best self to every relationship. And when you can do that, then you don't have anything to reap because you're doing your best on the front end. It's not intentional. But playing games in these streets only comes back to bite you later. Like you said, it may not be today or tomorrow. It's going to come though.
It's gonna come.
It's
You're gonna
coming.
reap. You're gonna reap. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay for your wrong. What goes around definitely shall come back unto you. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. I want to live a testimony, so I know. I'll be just like was minding my business. You understand? And I knew I'll be just minding my business on it. But then all of a sudden somewhere happened, like boom. I'm like, what? Why did this happen to me? I ain't did nothing. You still reaping what you sow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It weighs
right
out
now,
eventually.
right, right now, um, we never know the next move.
Right?
We never know what's gonna happen next.
Right?
We never know God's will and His timing is not our timing.
Right.
Nor His ways are our ways. So we
Exactly.
can't we can't sit there and say that we're going to live forever, or we can't sit there and say that we're gonna go find us somebody that's gonna be. We got to wait upon Him. We got to wait
Yes.
upon Him. And
Yes.
when I mean wait upon Him, is that He gonna show you through the fruits that they bearing. He gonna
Right.
show you they bearing good fruits. He gonna show you that, and He gonna let you know that you got this. I sent this to you because this is you can tell. And I used to, my grandpa used to always tell me, say, you know what? Say, you gonna just put it well. Sometimes you can tell how a man gonna treat his with his wife the way he talks to and treat his mama.
Fact.
That sometimes work, not all the time. I mean,
Fact.
that sometimes work, cause
Fact.
I love my dear
Yes.
mother, and I never did treat my dear mother no kind of way, but I love her to death.
That's true. And it's important to look at those things.
Yeah.
I know I do, and I'm sure a lot of others do as well, but then there are many who doesn't. There was a time when a guy completely said he hated his mom, and I said, "Well, I wish you the best." And it was
Lord have
just
mercy.
like that. He didn't understand why I felt that way. I said, because I love mine beyond anything and treat
Oh,
mine with the utmost respect. But for you to have a blessing to have your mom when so many people don't, and you treat her this way. So that's an indicator of how you want to treat me after your representative decides to leave. So guess what? I bid you adieu right now. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Lose my number, dear. I
Well,
wish you the best.
that's right.
Because you have to make those decisions on the front end where you don't have any emotional attachments. But when you
Right.
continue to keep these people around and you notice the red flags one after another, now you've gotten your heart involved, your little spirits all tangled up, your soul's all in love with this person, and then they mistreat you when you could have sent them on before their emotions got attached. So just do what you need to do on the front end when you start noticing the downfall of things. And that's vital. The whole treat your mama and your sisters and all that stuff, your family. Yeah, important. Now tell the folks, how can the Sparrows reach out to you? What is your social media outside of Facebook?
My social media, well,
Yes.
actually right now, I mean, like, I'm working. I mean, I'm doing some work also at KCOH radio station. I'm doing some
Okay.
a DJ there at the
Okay.
live station in Houston, Texas, one of the
Uh-huh.
oldest radio stations in a legendary station in Houston,
Awesome.
Texas. Okay, and actually, other than that, right there, I mean, basically all of my contacts, they contact me through social media, if they need
Okay.
me for any kind of function and anything like that. That's about it. And uh, if they need to call me, whatever, uh, they can for a function or anything like that, we can make it possible for them. They can also go on
Okay.
my Facebook and find that information. Anything they want to
Okay.
know, they see me on Facebook quite regular, quite often. I'll
Yes,
be
okay,
doing,
you do your
yeah,
lives. Yes,
right.
I love it to see you on. He's always in raw fashion and form. Anytime he's on live. So anytime you can catch him, definitely follow because each engagement is juicy every single time. So I want to say thank you for coming on tonight. So after the broadcast, if you could go in and respond to the comments and be sure to put your contact information in the comments as well. So it's no misunderstanding of how you can be reached for engagements or whatever the case. I think that would be good.
I want to leave a closing thing if you don't mind.
Okay.
Um, I want to say to all the up and rising artists,
Mm-hmm.
Southern soul artists, blues artists, gospel, whatever you're doing. I want to say that it's not all the time how good you can sing, but it's your professionalism. It's how
Mm-hmm.
you conduct yourself to people. And the people accept you. People accept kindness quicker than they would anything. I know a lot of people can sing their heart out, but people don't want to be around them because of their
Right.
personality.
Right.
So make sure when you go to the stage, you bring all that to the stage with you, a great personality, uh, 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 bring, some great entertainment, bring some clean entertainment, clean entertainment. People want to go someplace and take their wives or take their husband to a place where they don't have to see all of this other all this half dressed up. They want to go to a place where they can, like we used to have back in the day, where they can enjoy yourself. That's
Right.
why I draw pretty good out here where I play because a lot of these youngsters is not gonna patronize the blues. They ain't gonna
Right.
hear the blues.
Right.
So it's a grown and sexy show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a
Have
grown
some
and sexy show.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, a grown and sexy show. So
Right.
that's what it's all about. And don't get me wrong, uh, grown folk have a lot of fun too, but it's always a way to have a lot of fun,
Right.
enjoyment, outside a lot of drama and mess and
Right.
confusion.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So I encourage them to keep doing what they're doing and stay on a positive note and just stay on a positive note because me as a legendary, that's my obligation from God and what I've been through in my music career to let you know how you can get even higher than I ever been in my life and how you can continue to go higher and higher. And don't let one mistake tear down what you're building up.
That's right. That's a mic drop right there. It's a mic drop. And much appreciation for you coming on. I told you it was going to be fabulous like that, juicy. We've been on for an hour and a half, and that is okay because you can't just cut it off like that. But you're always welcome to come back to TVM anytime, Know that. Know that. I appreciate you very much. And it's a
Well,
lot of information that you shared that is going to be vital for the up and comings out there. And even, you know, artists that's been out there for a while, they can learn a lot from that. Kindness
but
is free.
the next time I come, I'm gonna stay 3.5 hours.
Lies. We will not be doing that. I don't have it to give. I don't have that kind of time. No.
Well, you better
But it
get you
is
the assistant
awesome
then.
though. I know it's not that easy
Well, you
because,
gotta get you an assistant.
finding an assistant is just as hard as a relationship. I look at it all the same. You really got to search high and low to get the right person for the right fit to do the things that are necessary, especially when you have a direction in life. That is something that God has put on my heart to do. That's why I'm doing this. So I just can't bring anybody up on the squad.
Yeah, you're
Mm-mm,
right.
you
But
know,
when you find something good, see, it's a good
right.
show. When you find something good, man, let me tell you something. Oh Lord, you might hang up, and I still be up here talking. But I'm just,
It's okay.
no,
It's
I'm just
okay.
teasing.
But
I'm
like I
just teasing.
said, I'll be sure to bring you back another time. That's
Yeah,
without
that's
doubt.
fine. I
Because you got so
enjoyed it.
many other things coming up, and I want to be able to share the things that are happening. And congratulations on all of the accolades that you've been getting here lately. Very well deserved. It's a joy to speak to you and get to know you this way and to share your experience and your life stories with the Sparrows. So it's always a wonderful thing. Any shows past, you can always catch it on TVM over on my YouTube channel. And make sure that you guys follow Jabo. Please do. Jabo Live. You see the link for all of, my followers. Be sure to do that because it's an experience every time. And when we speak on Legendary, he is one of the true through and through blues. It is a good man, a good heart, and still on the road to fabulous. That's what he's doing. He's still unveiling and becoming, just as we all are, because we're never too old to continue to be amazing. Okay. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and shut it down for tonight. Again, I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. And if you haven't gotten your copy, go ahead and get your copy. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, wherever, www it, you can find it because it's something in here that's specific for you. Okay. So on that note, love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude and soar in all you do. Love you, mean it. Smooches. That's it, Jabo. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
We'll
you so
connect
much.
again real soon.
All
Look
right,
at
thank
him,
you so
y'all.
much.
Look at him. See what I'm saying? Have a great night, and we'll talk later in the week, okay? Thank you. Take care, Sparrows. Good night, Smooches.